the capital budget for last approval. If you could come forward, pleasure to present. You have 10 minutes for your presentation. Any questions of council acquisition?
Thanks, Your Worship. I'm here representing myself. I'm John Klein. I'm a frequent transit user. I know a lot of people in this room have purchased vehicles for their own use, and not a lot of those people would ever think about buying a vehicle and then ever using it. But that's in fact what city councillors are going to be doing when they purchase these 6 buses. Several of them don't really use the transit system, and some aren't familiar with the day-to-day workings of it. So I think it's important to listen to people that use the system regularly, as well as listening, of course, to the staff who are recommending things like a fare increase and the purchase of 6 buses. But the people on staff aren't necessarily free to make the case that we need to put more tax money into the system. And that's where you need to listen to the citizens. And when citizens and councillors are saying that people are stranded at bus stops, that's something that City Council can fix by increasing the investment in transit. And it's not something that can be fixed by raising fares by a quarter, because raising the price of the bus decreases the amount of people that are willing to use it. That's just the way economics works. But if you increase the amount of money spent on the system and make it more attractive for people, then you're going to get increased usage. If you think of it as a public service as opposed to something just that what other people are using, then it's going to be something you want to support. Like you want to support an effective water treatment system, and you want to support other public services. And that's just what I came here to say today. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Klein, for your presentation. Other questions in the delegation? Councilor Fraser?
Thanks for your presentation. Just wondering if there's any questions you'd like to ask the witness.
Yes, I'd like to know why only 6 replacement buses are being considered at this time, when we have an example given tonight that there's people abandoned at a stop because there's no room on the bus. Obviously, we need to add a little bit of capacity. Maybe the bus fleet that we have right now isn't sufficient for that. So how many more buses are required to stop abandoning people at stops for up to half an hour? Or if it takes place on a Sunday, it would take an hour for the next bus to come along, which is unacceptable without a heated stop at even -10 temperatures.
Thanks.
Other questions in the delegation? Do you support the recommendation in the report?
To purchase 6 buses, I do, and I think that it should actually be doubled to purchase 12 instead, because I think there's a case for there to be more additional express routes. And I don't think juggling around the buses like was done previously to implement the previous increased express routes through a certain limited amount of days is going to cut it. I think we've got a pretty efficiently organized system, and now we need a few more buses to actually serve more routes.
So but you do support the recommendation?
At 6 buses, I don't directly support it stopping at 6. I think it needs to go beyond that. So I can't say if it would mean supporting it as it stands. It isn't as it stands, no.
Thank you. Any questions in delegation? You can return to the gallery then. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
And we'll go to report 14-107.